Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Vampire the Masquerade Walking Shadow. I am your executive producer here at Final Show Films, John, and I turn it over to our, storyteller for the evening, Jack.
Hey everybody, I'm Jack. I'm the storyteller for this Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle entitled Walking Shadow. And for those of you who are not aware, we are Twitch affiliates now.
We are.
Woo!
So
Yay, Twitch.
if you have been farming bits and watching videos and earning those, feel free to pass us a few. We always appreciate the love shown to us that way. But before we proceed any further, let's introduce you all to the characters for this evening.
I apparently cropped Raphael's video to William. So
Whoops.
give us a minute.
Face swaps. Body swap episode, go.
I'm in. No, it's not a body swap. I'm in 2 frames.
You're
Oh, okay.
Hang on.
Clone episode.
Just ignore the lower
Well,
right
me,
hand.
what are you doing here?
You're looking in the wrong direction, but just ignore the lower right frame for a minute. Anyways,
Theoretically, if it's the same video, one of me is looking in the right direction.
Tonight, as our cast of characters, we will start with Aaron.
Hi, I'm Erin, and I'm playing Naomi, the Malkavian. Malkavian.
Malkavian of Malkavians, yes indeed.
I always feel like there should be 2 adjectives there, and there aren't.
Because we don't do a race class thing here.
Malkavian madman
And
or mad person.
Raphael.
Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Raphael. I play Lysander, the Ravnos. That one. You know that one.
We know that one. And
Yeah,
William.
You know that one.
I am William, and I play Alexander, the Toreador.
And John.
I'm John, and I'm playing Gabriel, the Tremere Warlock, which is that's the thing I put at the end of it.
That's you. That's what you do. And Michelle.
Hi, I'm Michelle, and I play the other Toreador, Toreador Light.
All right. Fantastic. And apparently Kat gave us 1,500 bits. Okay, wow.
Starting off strong.
Thank you.
John, I
Kat.
think half of my face is still cut off.
I'm not done yet.
He's gonna cut off half your face for real in a minute.
Little machete comes flying out of left hand frame.
Lysander's like, you know how I got
Danny
these scars.
Trejo?
You wanna know how I got these scars? My father was drunk and a fiend.
That's pretty good.
Yep, he does a better Joker than I do.
It's almost like I'm an actor.
Easy there, bud.
What?
Um,
I never would have thought of that.
Fuck you say?
but when we last left this gang of miscreants, they had been continuing their investigation of the rash of murders that had occurred across the scope of the Seattle city line, and were starting to draw in on some possible conclusions. They had captured their first actual suspect, who they caught more or less red-handed in the middle of the killing of 5 people on the 5th floor of an office building in downtown. Interrogated him. Were exposed to his brand of madness, at least some level of split personality that the individual seems subject to, and he indicated that there was a puppet master behind the scenes who was manipulating individuals into performing certain of these acts. After which, they retreated to the domain for a feeding and a meeting. Gabriel found an individual exiting a marijuana dispensary and dragged him into an alley and had a snack. Unfortunately, grabbing quite a bit of THC in the process himself and getting baked off his ass. During which Isla took advantage of the opportunity she saw to provide him with a blood bond drink, unaware that, given his Tremere weaknesses, it would subject him to a level of intoxication, as it were, equal to if he had taken 2 drinks instead of just 1. And then finally ended the evening by retreating to the apartment that Lysander and Naomi have been sharing, and detailing the various insights and suspicions they had regarding the meeting during which Gabriel, in his less than coherent state, may have blurted out something about Lysander having burned the Book of Nod, and thereby...
It was the book. It was the book of...
Yep. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Because
I just thought that. I was confused all last week.
A slow burn.
It was the book of me grabbing my head and nodding.
Yep. Which prompted Naomi to attempt to take advantage of Alexander's Toreador clan weakness to try and take him out of operation for at least a brief period while she ran, as she calls it, damage control on the entire conversation. And that is where we will pick up this evening. So, you are all seated in the living room area of Naomi and Alexander's apartment.
Alexander. You mean Lysander?
Or Lysander's apartment, excuse me.
Too many Anders.
Alexander is currently...
Under the effects of his flaw right now.
Semi-entranced at the rough
Right, it's a
sketch
beautiful work of art.
that Naomi has created on one side of the room. And the other four are engaged in conversation, with Gabriel having recently managed to come down off of his cannabis high.
Oh, why do I have a headache? How do I have a headache?
We had a little hunting mishap, dear. We
I don't have sinus fluid. How do I have a headache?
that I can't explain. But yes, I'm afraid that you drank from the
we
wrong.
will illustratively draw a leaf, or actually just send him a weed leaf emoji.
I'm sure there's a weed leaf emoji. There has to be.
Oh, there's definitely
there's-
one.
No, there definitely is one.
Not only
There
is
are
there
multiple.
one, there are flavors of one. So
Yeah, I don't have my phone out to check what they look like, but yes,
they
there's
look like weed
definitely.
leaves. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Mental note not to hunt from the dispensary again.
Probably a wise move.
Yes, darling. Anyways, there was a name. What was the name we were talking about a minute ago?
Lysander? Comes over text.
No, not Lysander. It was
It's in my notes, I just don't know what it is.
Out of character, I believe you're talking about Nisiku.
yeah, Nisiku. That was it.
Thank you. Naomi will then send Nisiku.
Yes, Nisiku. We know the person behind, or at least the name associated with the person behind all of this madness. Now we simply have to identify that person, Nisiku. Does this name... I've probably asked already, but let me ask again. Does the name Nisiku mean anything to anyone in this room? Alexander, why are you staring at that?
Doesn't respond.
He does not respond. Anybody who
Naomi will
wants to
say,
can roll
not with my
intelligence
rational
and
mind.
can roll intelligence and occult. Difficulty 8 for Naomi, difficulty 9 for everybody else.
I get to remake that roll?
Yep.
Great.
Because I'm
asking
does
the
Maine
second
best
time.
supply?
What was the question, Raphael?
What was that, Raphael?
Do domain dice apply?
No.
I'm assuming you can't spend for an auto success.
No, not on this one.
That was a
Actual
bot.
success.
One success.
Gabriel, you know that it is... Gabriel and Lysander both feel like it's got to be related to the Malkavians somehow. Naomi, you know that it suddenly pings in your mind that there was a famous and currently subject to final death Malkavian that operated during the 1700s in Europe that went by that name.
Hmm.
With a botch?
Yeah.
Okay. Ah.
That one is dead, Naomi will say.
I mean, we all are.
Probably.
Good to know.
Final death seems to be permanent most of the time.
But not always,
Not lately.
Not always.
apparently. Could you ask your sire about it, Naomi?
Naomi will nod.
Because it does seem that the name...
She can always
it does...
ask. He's going to get an answer.
It does seem that the name... It does seem that the name resonates with the Malkavian mindset.
It does. And with Malkavian madness.
We find this Nisiku, or whoever's using the name Nisiku. We find the source of our issue. And also discover whatever it is they're trying to do.
And Naomi will say, Gabriel, I asked before, but you weren't necessarily cognizant. And she will lay out what she laid out last week of the abilities being manifested by this individual and how, to her, they present as Malkavian. And if he would think if that's just her bias, or if he would, and he would be like, oh, a Tremere could do that too.
So, would I know if a Tremere could force split personalities or force dementations onto others?
Give me an intelligence and occult difficulty 7.
And also the reconnaissance ability of spirit worlding, essentially.
Yeah. All of the abilities currently attributed to Nisiku, 1 success.
Doesn't feel Tremere.
No, it's...
I mean, almost any vampire can manifest anything, but it's much easier to learn and do things that your clan is known for and has the knowledge of, rather than learning it from somebody else.
Yeah. No, it feels, quite frankly, far too indirect for a Tremere mind.
Yeah. Naomi will say, the one piece I can't get to fit with the idea of this being a Malkavian is the ability to fool cameras, the flesh shaping. But if we assume this vampire is powerful enough, it might be reasonable to say they either commissioned someone or learned something not of their clan.
They certainly have minions, whoever they are.
Our friend seems to think that this vampire is an elder one, which could mean that it is old enough. It could very well be the one you think has final death, or could be another. Could very well possess abilities outside the norm for his or her clan. If it is indeed
or if
an
it's
elder
a sort
vampire.
of, and if it's a sort of a puppet master, it may have vampires of other clans dancing to its tune and doing whatever it wants.
Yes, but we need to locate the name. We need to locate the identity of whomsoever is calling themselves Nisiku. Do I remember if I sent Crow that name? I think I did.
You did.
Yeah.
Yep.
You
And
said
then
it
you had also
Malkavian.
considered, I think, going to the Chantry to research possibly.
Yes. Well, how much time is left before daylight?
You guys have about an hour or two left.
Right. Well, we should turn in for the day. In the new night, I will do some more research at the Chantry. See if I can't come up with more solid information on this subject.
Naomi will text Gabriel specifically. Also, we might have to be prepared to light him on fire depending on his response.
I look over at Alexander. Is he still just staring at this painting?
Yep.
I go over and I pick the painting up and I turn it around.
Alexander, roll me willpower difficulty 6.
All right.
Ah,
Just straight willpower.
Just straight willpower.
That thing I've got 10 dice in.
Okay.
Yep, that thing.
roll a lot of ones, please.
7 successes.
There we go.
You snap out of it.
Alexander.
You don't remember everything that was said around you during, but you snap out of it.
How much of it do I remember?
Very little, honestly.
Okay.
Nisiku, something, Nisiku.
I just snap my fingers to get his attention. Alexander.
Yes. Sorry.
The dawn comes in but an hour. We should probably return to our respective dens for the night.
Yes. That is advisable, I believe.
I will reach down and pick up my hat from wherever it's fallen, because it definitely didn't stay on my head.
Nope.
Dust it off. Put it on my head. Offer an arm to Isla. Oh, darling.
Isla takes this
Let's
arm
go.
and... All right.
And head down towards the car to drive home.
All right.
Before I head out, I turn and look at Naomi. You know that was completely unnecessary.
Naomi will text you. We should talk more privately.
Do we should talk now or tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night.
Very well. We'll speak more later. I'm gonna head to my sister.
Okay.
Lysander's gonna go feed Casper before he goes to sleep.
Sounds good.
And he's also going to check his phone for anything.
No updates. The conference call is still scheduled for tomorrow evening.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, nothing has come through beyond what they've already sent you so far.
Okay.
All right.
Yep. So I am going to stop and put gas in the car on the way, because it is Serenity's car.
Yes, it is.
And may as well. She's probably gonna have to. I think we haven't bought the new house yet, correct?
No.
I think that's on the to-do list for today.
Well, you haven't quite finished the sale on.
Well, yeah. Well, we have to acquire a new residence for ourselves before we can move out of the sale. But
Okay.
yeah, because we're currently using the warehouse as an apartment, so we have to pack up and move. But anyways, so yeah. Stopping to put gas in the car on the way back, and then head back to place.
All right. There is a note left for you by Serenity, basically detailing the final negotiations with the buyer, to give you an idea. So when you go to make the purchase on the new home, that will bump your total temporary resources up to, I want to say, 4.
Yeah. Yep.
Great. So that's the dice pool you'll be rolling, as far as that's concerned.
Okay.
All right then.
Naomi's gonna spend some of that time she has in the last hour, because she doesn't have to drive, trying to drum up some commissions, see if she can get a little extra income.
Okay.
Or just starting to reach out on that front.
Okay, sounds good. So you'll start to lay the groundwork for that, put some information out there. Go ahead and roll me, let's call it Manipulation and Crafts, difficulty 6.
Ooh, I still have that set. 5 successes.
Okay, so yeah, you send off some information to some various contacts and people that you have, and then next evening you'll be able to check and see what sort of response back you get. But you're feeling pretty positive. Right.
Actually, before the night ends as well, I also want to check if there's any updates from Featherstone for Diana, to see if he's spotted her anywhere.
As far as that goes, let me roll something for him real quick. There is, yes. He responds that the tag has been seen downtown increasingly over the last few nights. Okay. And he's got a single kind of blurry freeze frame screen capture from what looks like a traffic camera. Nothing nearly as detailed or focused as the previous image that you had, but it does seem to be a figure, female and about her size, traversing an intersection. And he says that was taken nearby one of the locations around the time they suspect. But you can't really see facial features or anything, so it's a little bit circumstantial, but could very well be.
Okay, so probably after I pick up the car and after the meeting, I'm probably going to be driving around those areas to see if I can spot anybody with those similar details.
Okay. All right. And everybody sleeps for the day. So go ahead and spend a blood point for those who are waking up next evening. No dreams tonight.
And I'm spending 2 for the one for the ritual that I do every night.
Yep.
So. All right. So would I need to roll the resources now?
If you have a location in mind, and if you were going to have Serenity.
Yeah, we've already had the conversation about what we're looking at.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your resources pool, difficulty 6. And since this is a large purchase, I'm going to say you probably need at least 2 successes.
Well, we were also looking at other smaller real estate, but start with that, I guess. 4, 6. 0 successes, not a botch.
Okay. Great. So, Serenity gives you a quick update when she sees you when you wake the next evening that she hasn't had any luck reaching out to the agency. At that point, she's submitted an offer, but she hasn't heard anything back yet.
And over the next few days, keep an eye out for any smaller residences we can purchase. Preferably things that are run down, broken, not well off, that we can then fix up and upsell or rent out as real estate to maintain cash flow.
Sure.
So
definitely.
And I will leave that to her keen financial mind as to what real estate she thinks will be valuable enough to be worth investing in.
Sounds good.
And then I will go down and I've got an hour before anybody else wakes up. I'm going to. Is it still sunlight outside, or is it dim enough that I could step out?
It's still sunlight. It'll probably be about a half hour before it's dim enough that you can step out.
Okay, for the first half hour, I'm going to check and see if any messages have been sent to my professional email contacts, anything like that. People sending any sort of workshop commission requests or offers. And then after it's dark enough for me to go out, I want to go check and see if any new messages have been left on my wall.
Okay. As far as that
not
goes,
if it's a vampire doing it.
As far as that goes, yeah, there's been no new messages, and there's no information on commissions or any requests for contract that way at the moment.
All right. And that's pretty much how I spend my extra hour. So.
All right. Alexander, you said you were going to make some visits and talk to some people. Was your sister one of those?
Yes.
Okay. Did you have anything particular you wanted to talk to her about?
Mostly I just wanted to let her know that things in the world of darkness are not sitting well at the moment, and I may end up having to avoid contact with you just for your own safety for a little bit.
Yeah, very well. I understand.
I apologize if I have to stay away for long, but hopefully they should be resolved soon.
I understand. Yes. Well, come back safely, brother.
Well, we all know there's nothing safe about the life I lead now.
She smiles a little bit and kind of gives a slightly wry chuckle, but there is a bit of worry in her eyes at that information, and she definitely watches you very closely as you leave and ride away. Right. And then where are you headed after that? Talk to your downtown contact?
Yeah. Okay.
They are able to meet and talk with you, discussing some of the business you referenced before. They give you the names that you're looking for, as far as making sure that you've got the information that you need, and can get it to the people that you need to get it to. And once they finish that sort of little informational transaction, they ask, is there anything else you need to share at the moment or to cover right now?
Perhaps, but I think with the people that I need to speak to, maybe.
Very well. Well, they're busy, as you can imagine, but yeah. I'll let them know that you're wanting to talk to them, and we will figure something out.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
We do what we can. Everything for the court.
Indeed.
All right. At this point, everybody else is probably waking up as well.
And just in addition, I forgot about it until just now. I would also be looking for any car dealerships that are open late.
Okay.
Preferably, preferably that sell relatively good quality used cars or new cars for without having to take out a loan.
So not Maxi Price Chevrolet.
Yeah. Not CarMax.
All right. Give me an intelligence and streetwise difficulty 7.
Streetwise. Intelligence streetwise difficulty 7. 3 successes.
You seem to remember Lysander mentioning either something in a conversation he was having that didn't necessarily involve you while you're in the same room, or just a passing comment that he also was in the market for a vehicle and was going to need to find something. And you know that that was several days ago. So if anybody knows, it might be him.
Yeah, that's fair. Call Lysander after he would be awake, because I know I wake up earlier than other vampires, so
Right.
after the sun is thoroughly gone down.
All right. So Lysander, you've been awake for about 10 minutes and your phone buzzes.
Pick it up. Hello?
Lysander,
Yes.
did you ever purchase a car?
No, but I'm actually going right now to buy one.
Where exactly are you going?
I tell them the location. Hold on, I just gotta look for it. It was, that was... Hold on. What? Did you? Hold on.
I may not have the location written down.
No,
I definitely don't, but...
Right. It was somewhere in northwest Seattle. Guy by the name of Carl Williamson was the contact that you were given, who owns more or less a used car lot that doesn't necessarily require the most stringent of background checks and such.
You mind if I come with you?
Sure,
I
why
find
not?
myself in need of a new vehicle.
So I've heard.
Yes.
And I'm gonna hang up, and then I'm just gonna start heading to that location.
Okay.
And once Isla's
I'm just
up
gonna take
and
public
about,
transport.
Isla, would you like to go shopping with me?
Of course.
And I'll borrow. Serenity, I'm assuming, is going to bed.
Yep, she's
So,
about ready to.
I'll borrow her keys,
Later.
and we will go up to that location.
Okay. So with Lysander on public transit and you driving, you'll probably arrive at roughly the same time.
Yep.
Naomi, what's the first thing you're doing waking up?
First thing she's doing is in the sort of main area. Well, she'll be able to see when Lysander, leaves. She is just checking to see if she got things back on those commissions, what seems she's hoping to get a little more disposable income, aside from just her doing her regular work.
Right. There are a few responses, mostly on two-dimensional artwork, that sort of thing. There's one arts collective that's having a collaborative sculpture kind of thing going on, which, as far as metalwork and that sort of thing, might be interesting as well. That's a little more of a. It's kind of a.
Collectives often involve people and sunlight, though.
Yes, they frequently do. But they're accepting submissions currently for basically a civic art project that's looking for aspects to be included at one of the public spaces in Seattle.
All right. She'll dig into that for a bit, probably about 2 or 3 minutes after Lysander has left. I'm assuming Naomi would automatically know this, but I don't have enough of a knowledge of Seattle. She's looking for a park that there would be at this time of night a reasonable number of humans around, but also a decent amount of privacy.
Okay. As far as that goes, there are a few around. Woodland Park and Ravenna Park would be 2 of the big ones. Interlaken Park as well. Those would probably be your main 3.
Okay.
Especially in the more immediate area.
Yeah, Naomi likes the word woodland, so she's going with that one.
Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much straight north of the domain.
Cool.
Right there by Green Lake.
So she'll text that address to Alexander. Fuck. Yeah.
Just call them both Lysander and it works.
Ally sender.
Fortunately, in the Changeling game coming up,
the humanity one.
William and Raphael don't have similar names. Raphael and I have similar names. So.
Oh yeah, we do.
We do.
Hero and Neo, yep.
Yeah.
I mean Neo Fly, but
yeah,
yep.
Yeah. It's there.
So I get a text with that address. Is there anything?
So you'll get a text with that address. Yep.
And along with it, there's I mentioned we need to talk.
All right. I will head there when I get that text.
Okay. So let's start with the vehicle shopping tour then.
Yay.
All right. So you've arrived at a used car lot. Everything's under lights at this point because it's well into darkness hours. And there's a sales representative will, like they do, meet you and ask, are you folks just looking, or are you in the market for anything particular? What can I show you? And starts into the patter.
Yeah. I'm going to direct him,
All right.
for us, at least, indicating Isla and myself, to set us as a pair separate from Lysander. Looking for something elegant but not overstated. The classic sort of boxy black 4-door, not necessarily much to look at on the not ugly but not ostentatious.
Kind of a classic look,
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll see what we can find for you there. And for you, sir.
I heard this place has a GT Shelby in purple. Was I correct about that statement?
Ah, man with particular tastes. Well, as a matter of fact, yes, we do. Well, let me show you. It's the wrong shade of purple, but it definitely is purple.
Okay.
Seems to be in moderately good condition. Only has about 78,000 miles on it.
That's so good. It's so good. It's really good.
Gives you a price
That's
that
good.
Yep. And he'll quote you a price that's, well, go ahead and give me a wits and finance roll, difficulty 7.
Oh no. There we go.
Do you have any dots in finance?
I don't think I do, actually.
Take a -1 to your dice pool for the roll then.
Okay. And you said it was difficulty 7?
Difficulty 7. Yep.
Okay.
Hey.
2 successes.
All right. So yeah, it's a little outside the price range for what you were hoping to spend. You might be able to talk him down a bit.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to try to do that. Real quick question. Was it Reinhardt who recommended me this place, or was it Gizmo?
It was Gizmo.
Okay, cool. And does he have like any affiliation with them, or
Only by reputation. Apparently Williamson is known for having a decent selection and not being too particular about who he sells it to.
Okay. And would I know if this person that I'm talking to may know about the purple snakes?
You would be very surprised if he did.
Okay. Let's see. What would you say? Well, I mean, it is a good price, but come on. Don't you think we can go maybe just a little bit cheaper? I mean, look at it. There's not a lot of people in the market for a Shelby, especially one like this. And I mean, let's see. What else would he say? I promise I can bring you in a lot more customers than you could think ever imaginable if you get this one for me.
That's quite a brag.
I mean, I
Give
can.
me
I love that Raphael throws Lysander throws around his reputation.
Give me a manipulation and expression difficulty 7.
Okay. Let's see. Zero successes. It's not a botch. It has a 10 and a 1, but
Yep. He seems to be rolling pretty steady on his price estimate. And you're aware that while you can't necessarily just come out and say, I'm a vampire, I know people with money, trust me, you want to do business with me. Also, he's coming from the side that you're a customer who's already more or less told him exactly what you want, and he's pretty sure he has it. So he feels like that's putting him in a slightly stronger bargaining position.
okay.
I mean, you can conceivably afford it.
Yeah.
But it's going to stretch your resources a little further than you were hoping, is the main thing.
Okay. Okay. You know what? Fuck it. I'll take it.
All right.
Get that purple car.
Roll me resources difficulty 6.
I wish
That's
I had a
straight.
purple car.
Meanwhile, another sales representative who you guys have been handed off to.
I put a link
Has-
in Roll20 for you, Jack.
Yes, I saw that.
Poof! Double botch.
Oh!
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah, it does.
Yep. Apparently, whatever Reinhardt had done to increase your spending potential is not going through right now.
Interesting.
Did you just get your card declined? Like, Whoop.
In a sense,
Decline?
that may have been what happened.
Yeah. That is interesting. I'm gonna have to talk to my bank
Awkward.
about that.
It's like,
Maybe if I try it one more time, it'll probably go through.
You can't just remake that roll, actually. You'll swipe it again, and it'll just beep, declined again. You'll have to call somebody or something to get things situated there, probably.
ow.
Okay. No.
Ouch.
Double botch on the resource roll.
Yeah, it hurts,
Super
man.
awkward.
Sorry, man.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm definitely gonna be messaging Reinhardt about that.
It's like, yo, dude, where my
This is
money
why I
at?
have a Prius, and this is why I park it far away from the conflict.
So they, the first vehicle that they show you, Gabriel, is a '98 Bentley Turbo R. It definitely fits that sort of four-door, boxy, black, classic look to it. It's not quite as much of a luxury car as you may have been hoping, but it definitely sort of has that kind of old world characteristic to the profile.
So, like, just sort of looking at it, I'm just going to look over at the salesman. That's quite nice, yes. Now, if you could take that idea and update it a little bit.
Well, let me see if we've got anything that would fit for you. And they'll go back to their catalog, begin looking through. Let me roll something for them.
They happen to have exactly the car you're looking for.
Or they botch and there's like, I got nothing.
With
all we
3
got.
7s and a 10, they
Yeah.
tell you that yes, there is actually a Cadillac CL located at one of their other lots nearby, and it's something that they might be able to acquire, given that it is a concept car. It's kind of a unique setup, but if that's outside your price range, they might be able to find something similar. Or if you're willing to go to a two-door, they could find maybe an XLR model.
Look over at Isla. What do you think, darling? Do you think between the two of us we could afford something like this? I think with 8 dots between us, I think.
Right, but I wasn't
The two of
necessarily.
you got plenty of money.
I wasn't necessarily gonna say that in front of a
No, I know.
salesman, though.
No.
Well, I don't know, honey, because I still have my student loans that I'm paying off.
Oh, that's fair.
But then she's gonna turn to the salesman, and she's gonna use some stuff on him.
Use some presents. Yeah, use those Toreador powers.
Fuck, I should have brought Alexander with me.
Because
Yeah, you should have.
I should have brought
Once she's
Alexander
gonna
with me.
be-
God damn it.
useful, but I'm still trying to find the page here. I have trouble with PDFs
That's fine.
because I'm 1,000 years old.
Let's see if I can find the page
let's-
number for you.
Yeah, that would be great if you could find me a page number. That would be fabulous.
Presence
You're
is
gonna
on
wanna be-
page 193.
I think you're gonna want to use the one dot. I think is probably.
Let's
Yeah.
193.
That's all I have thus far. Anyway, well, I've got 2, I think now. 193. Okay, so just a little further. Sorry.
Yep.
Yes.
So that'll be charisma and
Aw.
performance, difficulty 7, and you'll need to spend a blood point.
So spending that blood point, and then say what I roll again. Sorry, charisma and performance.
Charisma and performance, difficulty 7.
Difficulty 7. And so she's basically just explaining to the salesman why it would in his best interest to go ahead and move this particular vehicle at a much lower price than it is indicated. And I'm not as eloquent as she is, so I'm rolling instead. 3 successes,
All right.
including including one of them's a 10. Do I have a specialty?
Do you have a specialty in either charisma or performance?
I do not.
Oh,
Okay.
my smooth
Just-
talker would have come in handy right there.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
mhm.
She'll have to get
That's
that
all
one
good.
later.
But yeah, it's amazing where before you had a very very professional, very collected sort of a sales representative who still had that sort of level of detachment and separation from the situation. All of a sudden, that is gone, and this person is quite interested in making sure that they are definitely going to keep you as a patron of their establishment. Half the paperwork is filled out before any questions are even asked. They give you the information. They arrange for a moderate payment plan. They call ahead to the downtown location and ask if someone would be willing to stay there late so that you guys can pick it up tonight.
Yes.
But I will need John to roll resources at difficulty 5.
With adding both of our resources together.
Declined after all that.
Adding-
Yeah, we should
Uh,
probably. Yeah, we're.
We're going in
I
Are
together.
you
did
going-
offer to buy a
Are
car.
you going to?
Yeah, we're going in together. So
Okay. In that case, it'll still just be one individual because only one person's name is going to go on the title.
yeah.
So whoever that is, difficulty 4 on their resources.
I think we both. How many? I think we both have 4
I've
dots
got-
of
I've
resources.
I've got 3 actually.
Oh well, I've got
Because
4.
she just has the house and that's it. Yeah, so we should use yours.
Yep. Is there any sort of pool mod added to it, or
Nope, no pool mod, just lowered difficulty.
all right? Difficulty. What was it?
4.
4.
Rooting for another bot.
That would be amazing.
If there's another botch, I'm going to try to convince these people that their credit card machine is broken. I mean, that's 2 people being declined in like the space of-
Like
Two-
back to back.
2
So-
obviously wealthy people being declined back to back. There's
Yes,
something-
indeed.
That is
Did it?
It's not-
problematic.
It says
it's
it's
not showing
rolling,
up.
but it hasn't actually rolled.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it
I'm
hasn't actually
seeing that.
rolled yet.
Roll 20 is having a
Roll 20
Having a
is
hiccup.
having a
performance
bit of a,
issue.
I can just go grab my
happens to everybody
D10s.
I should get some of those.
I
For
have
real.
dice over there. Let me try it again.
Nope. Apparently the dice pools are not working right now.
Maybe it just doesn't like.
Can we
Oh,
just
I know what
use
happened.
Isle of
Hang
Character
on.
sheet?
I know what happened. Hang on. There it goes.
There it goes.
4
There we go.
successes.
4 successes. Yep.
I was rolling the other one pool mod without remembering to increase the pool mod, so it was rolling
Oh.
0 dice at difficulty 4. That's what was happening.
Okay, that makes more sense. Yep. But yeah. So yeah, the transaction is completed. And you are now the proud owner of a Cadillac concept car. Congratulations.
All black.
It's like those people who just like those motorcycle heads who just randomly own a Tomahawk for no reason.
And you are once again possessor of your own wheels.
Yep, an all black convertible, hybrid electric Cadillac concept car.
Yep. Congratulations. Okay.
I'm gonna be calling Reinhardt actually as fast as I possibly can to see if he can fix
So
it as soon possible.
as we head back towards the car, I look over at Lysander's on his phone. Lysander, do you need a ride?
Just give me a few minutes. I'll meet you guys up wherever you need to be.
We're gonna go pick up our car. Just give me a call. And
Okay.
I will.
now we're going. Now we're
Then when he
going.
turns,
Sorry.
no, when he leaves, I'm just gonna be like that fucking son of a bitch, Reinhardt. I swear to God. I'm just gonna... Oh my God,
So
I'm so mad.
we're gonna do a quick like hot switch car thing. Just take Serenity's car back to the warehouse, park it, leave the keys inside, then get like an Uber to the other place to go get our the new
Okay.
car.
Sounds good. that will be able to be accomplished without too much trouble. Go ahead and roll me, Lysander. Roll me charisma and contacts, or sorry, allies. Difficulty 6. See if Reinhardt's answering tonight.
Charisma and allies. That is...
Oh.
And what was the difficulty?
6.
2 successes.
Yep. All right. Yeah, he'll answer on the first ring, pretty much. Boss, what's going on?
Hey, Reinhardt. So we're having a bit of a problem here. I wanted to come by this car, and apparently my card was declined.
Oh shit.
You're explaining that.
Let me check one thing. Can you hold on for like 3 minutes?
That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, be right back with you. And the line goes dead for a bit.
So
yeah.
I'm just going to like walk to like I guess the sidewalk that's nearest to the thing, and I'm just going to light a cigarette and just be pensive.
Okay.
I can almost taste that frustration.
I'm so fucking pissed right now. I mean, it's
Hey, it
Lysander.
was your role, not his.
No, you're right.
And then he amps back on real quick. Okay, I got Gizmo on the line. He's the one that set it up. He's checking over some stuff, and you hear Gizmo's voice roll across.
Mhm.
Yeah, sorry about that. Might have been a little bit of a mix-up somewhere on my end. Taking a gander here and seeing what I can find for you. And... okay, and you can hear just keys tapping furiously in the background. He's apparently engaged in some sort of weird computer shit going on. All right. I think I've got things handled. Why don't you have them run it again, just to be sure? If not, then we're going to have to dig into this and see who's fucking with our system. Go ahead and roll your resources again. Same difficulty.
Well, let's hope this works this time. Okay.
Luck be a
All
lady tonight.
Come on, Raphael. You can do it. You can do it.
Oh,
Just roll 2 10s.
let's hope. What negative?
Wow!
No,
it go
not
through?
a bunch. Not a bunch. You got 1
I
success.
don't understand this.
You got 1 success, not a bunch.
Oh, it's not a botch? Oh,
Yep.
Yeah, it's not a
Everyone's
botch.
watching.
1
Yeah,
success.
you got 1 success.
1, 3, 7. Sorry, 7 is.
Yep.
7's out. This one. Fuck. I know ASL! Yeah, it's this one.
Still
Okay.
not going through? Tell me something.
Did it go through or did it not go through?
No, it didn't go through.
Didn't go through.
And there's just this long, drawn-out sigh. All right. Give me the name of the business. And Reinhardt just reels it off to him real quick.
All right.
All right.
Mhm.
And you go ahead, just get on out of there, just in case anybody gets suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have that purchase done for you remote, and I'll send you notification as soon as that's cleared. I got your information. I can get all the paperwork filled for you.
Thanks, Gizmo.
You got it. Sorry about this.
Don't worry about it. We'll be talking again soon. And then I'm just gonna
All
hang
right.
up the phone, and I'm going. Yep. Yeah, and then I'm just going to walk to. I'm just gonna go back to the domain.
Okay. Sounds good. Meanwhile, at Woodland Park. Naomi,
I am
you're gonna get
gonna-
there first.
I probably wouldn't have texted him until I was nearly there just to be sure. Naomi's gonna look for a spot that has some level of privacy, but basically if he attacks her or something, there are humans in the vicinity that would see that.
Okay. In that
Park bench.
case, you'd probably be looking at the south shore of Green Lake, near the Aqua Theater area. It's still secluded enough to where you guys can probably manage to have a conversation without too much interference. But there's still a level of activity happening.
And that's why I did this first thing at night, because
Right.
they're not asleep yet, most times. The silly humans are not yet asleep. So Naomi will just pick out a spot, probably based on some geography or that she likes the way the grass is laying in that particular area, something like that.
Sounds good.
And wait to see if Alexander shows.
Okay. Alexander, are you stopping anywhere else on the way, or are you headed pretty much straight there?
After I've done everything I needed to, I'm heading basically straight there.
Okay. So you will show up to the address that you were given. She is not immediately apparent, however.
So I will find a place to park and lock the bike, and look around for a minute, and just like sharp whistle. But I can't do very loudly, but
Okay. Give me a perception and alertness, Naomi. Difficulty 6. Reduced as needed.
Oh, hey, would you look at that? It's the thing I can do. 6. Oh, I'm sorry. That difficulty was incorrect. So those, but with 3 10s, it's not tactical. That would be
4 successes.
Yes, that would be 4 successes. I'm sorry.
Okay. Still, 4 successes is plenty. You definitely hear the whistle. And it definitely sounds like somebody who has recently arrived and is looking for somebody. Not too hard to draw conclusions.
Yeah. Naomi will send him more specific instructions about where she is.
Okay. So those will come through, and you can follow them pretty easily to find this slightly secluded clearing, but...
All right.
And all of the other 3 get a text at this point saying, "Cat facts. Cats can run up to 30 miles per hour."
You guys get that?
We're like in the back of an Uber.
Like-
like,
Lysander will look at that text message and
Unsubscribe cat facts.
Oh, I don't know if you got it.
you've subscribed to Catfax.
You did not get it. This
No, I
is
know.
something sent.
I know I didn't.
I'm going to look at the text message and I'm just going to be like, she is this close from being dead. I swear to God. And I'm just going to keep going for the fucking domain.
All right. So Naomi is awaiting you.
I approach.
Naomi will nod pretty respectfully, actually. And then text, but I think we need to talk about what happened last night.
I agree.
To anyone just tuning in, there's context.
Go back
There
and
is
watch from the
context.
beginning.
Naomi I'm sure you understand that there is a significant risk associated with the particular book that was mentioned and all of the things that potentially surround it.
Oh, I am well aware. I have walked these shadows for a bit longer than you.
Then you may sympathize with the issue. A Ravenos brought an unusual artifact into a Camarilla? Fuck.
Camarilla.
Camarilla City. An artifact that its presence threatens Savat action, threatens potential upheaval even within the Camarilla itself. That is, in my opinion, dangerous enough. Granted, my opinion may be inexperienced. But then, that Ravenos destroys the artifact, making any peaceful solution between those warring for it nearly impossible. Because none of them can eventually get what they want as the thing no longer exists.
Oh, I am fully aware of the situation. I was aware of it before you used the weakness of the Toreador against me. That is a grievous insult, and one that few would take lightly.
Naomi looks at you. Like she almost doesn't understand. She's doing the owl head thing. And then she says, "Your particular madness, is it not fun to be a part of? All madness is joy."
That may be the outlook of the Tremere, but sorry, I said Tremere. I meant Malkavians. Correction, that may be the outlook of the Tremere, and even perhaps some of the other clans may share such thoughts.
You said Tremere again.
I think it's a Freudian slip at this point, John.
It's like
Just roll with it, guys. Just roll with it. It's fine. We know what he means.
Maybe the outlook of the Malkavians. And perhaps some of the other clans would agree with this. But for those of us that the Camarilla call degenerates, to be stripped of control is an insult. And to have this used against us at attack. Perhaps.
Naomi will say, sometimes conflict is necessary to ensure danger does not strike. You were risk.
Conflict is danger. When you strike a bargain, when you take a risk, and you do not know what the outcome will be, you run into danger.
Alexander, give me a wits and empathy roll. Difficulty 6.
My wits isn't super great, my empathy is.
You suddenly sense a sniper rifle trained on your skull.
I'm right in front of him. He would notice if I did that.
2 successes.
As Naomi is presenting her case, you're suddenly... It occurs to you, you never asked Jimmy if this group had asked for your assistance.
Well, fortunately, I haven't spoken to anyone else yet, so...
Mm-hmm. There's this sudden realization of, I mean, it's not entirely illogical that they might not have trusted you wholeheartedly from the beginning.
Oh no, yeah, I get that.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that I may have been seen as an outsider when I approached this group. But I was assigned with the obligation of assist I will fulfill my task until such time as our predicament is complete. For this, I require you not to attempt to impede me.
Naomi will smile. That seems quite reasonable. But you must understand, not everyone comes at the world from the way you do.
I expect few who walk the shadows do.
Thus, it is a little challenging for me to believe that you are earnest in how you present yourself, as admirable as your presentation may be.
Let me explain to you how I came to be. I remember little of my embrace. What I do remember is coming to alone, near dawn, no shelter, left to myself, no sire to speak of. My time surviving the first few nights of my existence was harrowing. I would wish such torment on no other kin. Those who walk the night do so with my guidance. I would see to it that those who enter down this path do so well prepared, unlike myself. It has been a harsh learning curve for one such as me. I would see that others have it easier.
Naomi gives an accurate animal metaphor that I can't think of at the moment, but I know our GM would be able to pull out.
Oh, as far as species that are left abandoned and not...
I can tell you this much.
More like the random adopters sort of thing.
I can tell you this much that a wolf left without his pack will create his own.
Yeah, she's not using wolves because they scare her.
We have werewolf problems.
Because a werewolf tried to eat
no.
No, she's scared of Lysander or Alexander. She's not that scared of Alexander.
Random animal simile.
Yes.
She gets across a random animal simile to me.
Yes, she does.
She expresses her comprehension through metaphor.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I am well aware that there are few among the Masquerade who see the world as I do. But that is why I have lived so long. Because when you approach things as I do, people have need of your service, even if they do not understand why it is offered.
Wish Isla could have heard all this. She would be so intrigued.
Give another nod. In relation to that, I have some information that I hope might act as an olive branch, and while I personally have no investment, might be to your interests.
Indeed.
In addition to our little bit of a ravenous problem, this group has another wrapping twine, I suppose.
I think I have an inkling of which you speak, but please elaborate.
I cannot speak to how it's... I can only speak to how it started and how it has culminated, not to the in-between steps. May infer differently based on your experience than I infer based on mine. My madness. She doesn't claim to have experienced just madness. And Naomi will recount somewhat succinctly the first encounter between Gabriel and Isla, where Isla was in torpor.
Can it
And
be
then
assumed that I know how a blood bond works?
Oh yeah.
the
Okay.
thing that happened most recently that she saw with stoned Gabriel and then Isla. Of course, they've interacted many times in between, but the details I have there are more circumstantial.
Do I know the Tremere clan weakness?
Give me an intelligence and occult difficulty 9.
We keep that shit on lock.
Yeah.
Naomi sure as hell doesn't, I'm assuming, would be a reasonable guess.
Probably not.
Because if anybody knew about that other than us, we'd be fucked.
Yeah. And they're very good at keeping information secret. That's like their whole thing.
You know that Tremere handle blood differently, and it would not be completely unreasonable to assume that blood bonds might work differently for them than they do for other vampires, but you have no idea as far as the
I don't know the
mechanics
specifics. Yeah.
You have no idea as the specifics, just that a Tremere blood bonded to somebody is probably at least marginally different than anybody else blood bonded to somebody.
Yeah. I know that in a traditional blood bond, it is as close as a vampire perhaps can achieve to love. With the warlocks, I am uncertain. That is dangerous ground they tread.
And at this dramatically opportune moment, a text arrives to everybody's cell phones.
All right.
It says, smuggling a cat out of ancient Egypt was punishable by death. Phoenician traders eventually succeeded in smuggling felines, which they sold to rich people in Athens and other important cities. Hashtag
Further
cat
cat
folks.
facts.
My phone goes off, I flip it up. I'm going to assume this is an inside joke. And I close it.
Naomi will... It's more of a metaphorical way of expressing our true feelings.
I want to know what Lysander's reaction to that cat fact is.
Lysander, on the way back to his domain, has made his way to the statue Lenin, and is just being pensive about everything that's going on. He has his photo book out, looking at his wedding day picture again, and he takes out his phone when it vibrates. He sees it, just puts it back, and just continues to look at the picture.
I was just waiting for there to be like this long establishing shot of a city bus and then just a cell phone flying out a window.
Imagine. Yeah, and what's it called? Lysander will be humming the beginning to Hello Darkness, My Old Friend. I forget the actual name of the song.
The sound
Yeah,
of
that's what he's
silence.
going to be doing.
The sound of
Yep.
silence.
The sound of silence.
I
there
would
you go.
just-
Yep.
I would just text a cat emoji. That's
And
responsible.
somewhere back where Alexander and where Alexander and Naomi are at, he's like, I think you honestly have more to fear from the Ravnos at the moment than you do from me.
Naomi will nod. The Ravenos who burned the Book of Nod, and who burned his apartment down with it, who is now living in the same apartment as me? Yes, definitely.
We think the Malkavian's crazy.
Craziness is true sanity. Also, Naomi does have a self-preservation instinct.
It's like
It
when-
doesn't light her dwellings on fire.
I'll say, when Gabriel lights stuff on fire, it's never anything he owns. So
Well,
Yeah,
No,
remember
but his
that
car gets
Lysander is also
lit
a
on fire in
deviant, so
retaliation.
Very true.
perhaps you should be looking into different living arrangements.
yeah.
Working on it.
Lysander's gonna have an accident, folks.
Gabriel and Iowa can adopt her since they're all domestic now. Buying a car together. They're going to move to the suburbs soon.
And Naomi becomes like the creepy horror child who just constantly watches.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yep.
Like
Wednesday Addams.
Yeah.
We just need to find her a little twin sister to hold hands with in the
We
hallway.
are becoming the Adam.
They can
we
live
are
under the stairs.
we are becoming the Adams family. Yes.
No, the Addams family is actually decent people to each other.
Doodle-doo, doodle-doo, doodle-doo.
So, let's take a break there real quick, and we will come back to see what the rest of the evening holds for these
All
individuals.
right. We'll be back in just a couple minutes, folks. Go ahead, stretch your legs, use the bathroom, get a drink, throw some bits, whatever you want to do. We'll see you in a bit. And we're back.
Welcome. We return once more. So, where is everybody headed now?
So we've picked up our car?
You have picked up your car.
Yeah.
Isla's in the passenger seat, I assume.
As always.
Plug my phone in. There's lots of room in the passenger seat, by the way. You can lounge in this car. Like,
Isla lounges in the passenger seat.
this is a
snugly.
large. This is more a boat, less a car.
Lysander is actually going to head to the place where he left a message for Diana to see if there's been any response or anything different about it. Anything that's
So you're
been
headed
asked
back
for.
up to the university district? Okay.
Yes, sir. And I'm actually going to call Gabriel and or you know what? I'm gonna send him a message and say I'm heading up to the university district to check something, see if my sire bit a little trap I laid for her. If you want to come join.
Start taking off in the car. I'm gonna reach over and flip the thing that closes the convertible lid, and then use the car phone.
On a roof.
Yeah, I mean the button that closes the roof. I call it a lid. Anyways, and use
Bet you call your hat that too. Don't you?
I do, and use the brand new car's brand new car phone to dial Lysander.
Weren't you at a used car lot?
Yep, but they had a concept car at a different lot. We went to a used car lot and bought a new car from a different lot.
That's what 3 successes on a presence roll gets you.
Yep.
I'm so proud.
That was great.
That was
It
actually
fantastic.
useful.
It was fantastic. Yeah, I'll actually call Lysander back.
Okay.
Hello.
What's going on? What's up, Trap? I'm driving, so I can't text.
A few nights ago, I left a little message for my quote-unquote sire to see if she would respond. I'm heading up there now. It's in the university district. If you want to meet me up there.
Sure. Be there in a few.
Got it. I'll hang up.
And then, as we're driving, darling, could you text Naomi and remind her to check with her sire regarding the name that I, the player, keep forgetting?
Isiku?
Of course.
Nisaku, yes.
Of
Nisaku.
course. So Isla takes out her phone and texts Naomi, "Hey, remember to ask your sire about Nisaku, question mark, Nisaku, question mark." She tries spelling it like 3 different ways with lots of question
Naomi
marks.
will correct her, but it's also in the chat log of the general group because Naomi found the spelling in her notes.
Isla just didn't bother to check back, I guess. She's just trying random spellings. Like the 1,000 monkeys at 1,000 typewriters. I'll get it right eventually.
Awesome. Where's Alexander headed after the park
Um,
meeting?
Good question. I think at this point he needs to do what he can to actually solve the problem that we're actually dealing with right now.
All right.
So he's gonna see what any of his contacts can turn up on the name Nisaku.
Okay. Yeah, they can't turn up anything, honestly.
Okay.
It is pretty niche knowledge, and it's definitely outside their general wheelhouses. And you're starting to notice, yeah, you've got a lot of street level information, but for this sort of next level esoteric shit, you might want to cultivate.
I'm out of my element. Yeah.
Right, you might want to try and cultivate some other people who know more about that sort of thing. If this is what sort of stuff is going to be going down in this town.
Yeah. Like
Aaron.
Naomi will, as she is texting my sire, Matilda, task to me, she will actually no, Naomi is going to just text her, "Mind if I run a name by you?" And she'll text back Isla and remind Gabriel to use his his clan library for the same purpose.
Naomi wants to make sure that you check the library, your clan library, also.
Yes.
To see if you can find anything.
Once we see what's going on, after we deal with whatever's going on with Lysander's sire, we'll head over to the Chantry.
All right. Well, I hope Lysander has better luck than I have with my dead sire.
Well, maybe we'll pass by the warehouse and see whoever's posing as your sire in the act of spray painting my walls again.
That would be lovely. I would like to have a talk with that gentleman or whatever it is.
Anyways, but yeah, we'll continue heading up towards the University District.
Okay. So as Lysander arrives there, the painting that you left is undisturbed. Doesn't seem like there's been any alterations. There's a few new aspects to the sort of collective art project there, but nothing that seems to be relevant or related to the Purple Snake logo.
Okay. I'm just going to walk around the block a little bit, see if I can see if I can see any more alleyways, to see if anything else has been left on those alleyways instead.
Give me a perception and investigation, difficulty 6.
Perception and what?
Investigation.
That's a botch.
You're not finding anything.
That's 3 botches in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Lysander's not having a good night. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
What did you do to roll 20, man?
Who did you assault?
Gonna have to burn some sage in
I
here
do.
for
I
you, sir.
do no such thing. Yeah,
Get out
I'm
some
probably
smudge
just gonna have
sticks
to go
and
burn
cleanse
another
this
building. That'll probably help.
Cleanse it with
Someone
fire.
call Talvin.
Yes.
I
I
don't.
haven't killed a damn thing since I got here. Not for lack of trying, mind you.
Wow. I don't think any.
All right.
I know I've botched twice in a row, but I think
yeah,
that's the first triple botch.
Right.
Yeah, but
then, then,
I'll just wait till they get there.
Then Gabriel and Isla pull up in their swank new ride.
Park it.
It doesn't even make that much noise, dude. It's an electric.
Oh, it's a hybrid electric. It makes a little bit of noise.
Yeah, but you're slowing down, so it's not going to make that much.
It's fair. It's fair.
That's right.
Isla gets out of the car, in the way that a woman gets out of a car when she's like on the red carpet. She's just
So one leg at a time, basically.
yeah, she's got the whole "I have arrived" kind of vibe going on.
Lock it. Pocket the keys. Walk over towards Lysander. So, how goes the hunting?
Not particularly good. There hasn't been any kind of bite for my trap. I'm going, as I say that, I'm going to be walking to the alleyway where I painted the message, because we were at a different one, so I can show them exactly what I meant.
Can I take a look? And because I've been here in the past couple of days, as I recall, just like compare what's there with my memory of what was there previously, just so I can separate what's been added and see if anything related to that has been added.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception and investigation difficulty 6. Especially with the eidetic memory merit, you definitely can do that pretty easily.
3 successes.
Yeah, as you're looking at it, you can definitely note the alterations that Lysander apparently made to the logo, but nothing beyond that jumps out at you as far as related differences to the art itself.
is there, and just because Naomi had shown some interest in it, is there any new art added by the same guy that made that skull that led us on our ghost chase?
There is not, actually. He does not seem to be one of the related individuals.
So just sort of walk up, step back, really quick scan the wall back and forth. No, it doesn't seem like there's any messages from your sire or whomsoever that may be. Mostly just the intended artists.
That's true. Well, I guess it was a false alarm anyway. I'm going to actually... yeah, there's somebody blasting like hella music outside of the room. They were driving by the way.
Okay.
Wow, that's loud.
Lysander's just going to say, well, I guess I'm just going to have to look at the other locations where I heard she last marked her territory. If you need me, I'll be around. And I'm just going to walk off and not acknowledge the car at all.
All right.
Pointedly
Not
not
jealous.
acknowledge the car.
Not jealous.
Well, then we'll head over to the Chandelier and see what I can find. Go back, get in the car, roll the roof back down, and then intentionally drive past Lysander to leave to go to the with the top down.
Of course.
Lysander at this point has pulled out his phone and is checking for Featherstone to see if he's gotten any information from him, if he needs anything, if there's any thing that Lysander needs, Featherstone needs Lysander to do for him.
At this point, Featherstone hasn't risen back above ground this evening yet, it doesn't seem. So you're probably in the clear there, at least for the moment. Okay. You've got about an hour before you're scheduled for the call with the rest of the snakes.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to head up to the location that, what's it called? I was told my sire was marking her, was leaving the Purple Snakes logos everywhere.
Okay. So you'll get downtown. And at the intersection where the traffic cam capture was located, and you follow Featherstone's instructions to where he said the tag was, and it's definitely right there, right about eye level, which, if you're thinking back, would be, because Diana was not a tall and imposing figure. She was kind of short. She was small. She was a little smaller in build. So this is if somebody of her stature was painting this, they would have to reach up, probably a little more than would be comfortable from a ground stance, but it's definitely a very accurate recreation. Like the other ones that you've seen were usually, I mean, it was definitely reminiscent and definitely reflective of the icon that you guys had designed, but this one is an almost exact copy. This one is very, very accurate.
Okay, now does this logo have one snake or two?
This one has two.
Okay, I'm going to be pulling out my my photo book with the exact logo to see if it's an exact match.
Mm-hmm. And this one is, in fact, if you had to say where this one was pulled from, it would probably be it would probably be a closer copy of what's on your chest than what's on the back of your jacket.
Lysander's just going to give a bit of a smirk. And then, let's see. He's actually now, because at this point, not a lot of stuff has gone well for him this night. So, he's actually going to yell what he wrote on the wall for Diana. So basically, Tara, if it's really you, then embrace me. But he's going to say it in Purple Snake's language, and he's going to make it as loud and as audible as possible. He wants to make sure anybody and everybody in earshot can hear that.
Give me a charisma and expression, difficulty 6.
And the cops get called.
Someone's shouting in a weird language.
There's a terrorist down the street.
Random guy with a weird logo on his jacket.
What's it called? Am I able to spend
language
a willpower for an auto success?
Yes, you can.
Good call.
Not to do that.
3 successes.
3 successes.
Willpower.
All right. And you wait for a moment. And it's odd. Like, you're in a fairly deserted area of downtown. There's not a lot of traffic at this point, this time of night, because it's slightly removed from the more, restaurant, club, bar scene districts of downtown. But you feel like you were heard. There's no overt reaction. There's no approach of any familiar figures, but there's something in your mind that feels like somebody heard that. Somebody who understands it heard that.
Okay. Is there any roll I can make? I can try to see if there's anybody I can sense in the vicinity.
Give me a perception and awareness, difficulty 8.
All right. And would eyes at the back of my head apply for this roll?
Yeah, definitely.
And you said, what was the difficulty?
8.
3 successes.
Okay. You feel like if there's somebody here, concealed possibly, but here.
Okay. Let's see. Is there any way I can try to sense to see if chimestry is being used to hide the image of somebody that might be, like, literally right next to me?
Go ahead and give me a...
Swing your arms wildly.
Grope in the darkness, yes. How many dots of auspex do you have? Any?
Auspex? I have... Let's see.
Say, I don't know if that's...
I don't think that's a clan thing, at least.
Yeah,
No,
I don't think that's one of the clan options.
No, I don't know. We don't have auspex. We have animalism, chimestry, and fortitude. Those are
Right,
our clan.
Give me, in that case, perception investigation difficulty 10.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Chemistry is not easy to pierce, even if you have access to that discipline yourself.
That's true.
You should have asked Naomi along.
Botch.
Yeah. You feel like that is probably, if somebody's hiding nearby, that would probably be how they would use it, because that's what you would do.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have... You're not picking up on any telltale errors that would give you a hint as to where they're hiding or what they've changed nearby.
Okay. Don't mind my dog barking in the background. I'm just going to say, I guess, kind of in a less screamy voice. Jesus Christ. What were we going to say? This
I'm
dog
going
is
to
hanging
say a dog's barking in the background.
Yeah.
That's when you just call Naomi and say, "Hey, can you see across the city?"
Yeah, I'm just going to say, Tara, if it's really you, there's no need for you to hide from me. And I'm going to be saying this in purple snake language. There's no need for you to hide from me. I won't do anything to harm you. I'm mad that you lied to me, but I do miss you. I've needed you for all this time. I need you here. I need to speak to you. If it's really you, show yourself. Don't be a fool. Don't be a coward.
Give me a manipulation and expression. Difficulty 6.
You know, the Ravnos are especially blunt.
There's somebody who you're completely not expecting comes out and goes, dude, chill.
2 successes.
Okay, let me roll something real quick.
It's like, I don't know what your deal is with your dead sire, but I was just paid to write signs.
And all right, yeah, no response, and you feel like there's a level of tension to you right now. You feel like you're speaking out and you're being heard, but whatever words you're saying, they're either not the right ones or not strong enough to have any sort of effect currently. Who wants to go first, Gabriel or Naomi?
Me.
I mean, Naomi just sent a text saying, "Can I run a name by you?"
Oh,
so
actually, yeah, I know Naomi.
response to that might be very short.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So you do get a response back. Names are strange, and they crop up when you'd least expect them.
Do I have to make a roll to tell if that's a yes?
Give me a wits and empathy difficulty 7.
Alcavian subtitles.
2 successes.
It's definitely not a no.
With 2 successes.
It is not a
Then she'll just type the name in Nisaku.
And the response will come back tricky, but don't say it too more often unless you want to attract his attention.
Ooh.
That's when Gabriel goes, Nisaku.
Are you in a dark bathroom with a mirror?
No, I'm in a very nice Cadillac.
With a mirror. There is a
mirror. There are
mirror.
mirrors.
Yep.
And it is dark.
It's a very dark Cadillac. Especially with the top up.
Although it's down.
Yes, now it's down, so it's a less dark.
Slightly less dark Cadillac than usual.
Windows are tinted.
And yeah, and then there's a pause, Naomi, and then we can meet by the water if you want.
Naomi will send back. If you have the time, I will. Yeah.
I've already danced the spider's webs tonight.
Oh, okay.
What I'm worried about. She doesn't say that. But that does kind of go through Naomi's mind. Does any other text come, like an address or something? Address in the Malkavian sense.
She'll just then FCP is what comes back.
Can I do like a wits check?
Yeah. Give me a wits and expression difficulty 7.
So it's not a botch.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get more details out of her if you're gonna know where she's directing you.
First Christian
Before
Presbyterian.
Naomi does that, she types those initials into Google and looks for a place near the water that might have those initials.
Okay. Intelligence and computers difficulty 6.
4 successes, 2 of which are 10s, but that doesn't
Fremont
matter.
Canal Park.
Okay. That seems to fit what Matilda prefers reasonably. Okay, then Naomi will send like an ETA.
Okay. Sounds good.
It's within walking
And
distance.
as you're, yeah, it's walking distance to the domain.
Yeah. Then she'll walk.
Okay. And as you're walking, you're suddenly realizing, yeah, this is this is almost where you walked in your dream when the cut was just filled with fire.
Okay. Still heading.
Okay. Sounds good. So while you're headed there, Gabriel, you've pulled up outside the chantry.
Park the car. If you'll wait out here for me.
All right.
Open the door. Head up to the chantry.
Where are the keys?
The keys to the car?
Yeah.
In my hand?
Okay.
Okay.
You walk inside. It's very quiet tonight. And nobody meets you right away. Are you waiting or walking further in yourself?
Do I think I'd be able to find my way to the appropriate library without guidance?
No.
Then I'll wait.
Okay. It'll be about 20 minutes before someone walks in and asks, Master Gabriel, what do you need this evening?
Bertolt is the normal one that's here, isn't it?
Bernard.
Bernard, that's right. This isn't Bernard.
This is not Bernard. This is one of the lower ranking individuals, attendants, as it were.
That's fine. Is Bernard not working this evening?
Oh, he is engaged in several of the curatorial duties. If you need to speak with him directly in person, I can go find him.
No. More mere curiosity than anything else. I require access to the library.
Yes, which wing?
Specifically, any knowledge that we have on the rest of our kin with whom we share the night.
Any particular clan?
Malkavians, if there's anything.
Of course, yes. Follow me. They guide you down.
There's probably a ton of stuff on Malkavians, because Malkavians aren't necessarily private. They're just not clear.
They're just weird.
We have lots of information, but none of it makes any sense. Sorry.
I was gonna say very difficult to catalog. Yeah.
This guy said everything in metaphors about bugs. Lived for like 800 years.
Fortunately, I'm only
And we
looking
have
for
all
a
of his
name.
writing.
So yeah, but he will take you to a second story study. And yeah, it's exactly what you'd expect. Not arranged in any easy to determine pattern. It starts off alphabetical and then shifts to maybe topical. Maybe topical?
Categorical.
Yeah. Give me a... But they give you a pair of gloves and say, pull the bell if you need anything.
Yep. I'll put the gloves on. And-
Give me an intelligence and investigation Let me think about difficulty here.
So I'm looking. First, I'm just looking for any books that are written by Nisaku, like written
They're
by
absolutely
or
right,
have any or have the name in the title. That's the first. That's the first sweep.
I can tell you right away, you're not going to
Okay.
find anything
That's
that
fine.
simple.
That's fine.
that
Well,
easily.
yeah, I figured, but that's like
Nisaku 101.
so
Nisaku for
it's,
dummies.
it will
By Professor Nisaku of the Nisaku University.
It's there's a priority in the sweep. So the first sweep
Right.
is looking for obvious name. Like if I see any books that have the name, that's the first priority. Second priority is anything talking about notable members of the clan, particularly dangerous members of the clan. Anything like dangerous Malkavians written by so and so and so, and something like along that vein. Third tier is particularly noteworthy Malkavian. So like not necessarily dangerous, but noteworthy.
Okay.
And so like going down that descending order of my sweep, and if it takes multiple times, that's what I'm doing. It's just he's going through it very. There's a procedure to how he is looking for information.
Okay. All right. Give me a intelligence and investigation difficulty 7.
All right. Do I have any sort of mod for being in the Tremere Library?
That's what's
Okay.
rating the difficulty.
Got it. 0 successes, but not a botch.
Okay. So yeah, your first 3 sweeps, you're not finding anything, and you're starting to wonder if it's your guess is either you're looking the wrong way, you need a different priority, or just that, or there's always the possibility that literally it's not here.
All right. So then, with nothing, crapping out on like personnel information or anything like that, I'm going to switch it up to any ritualistic information that we have regarding the Malkavian. Obviously regarding Malkavians, I'm in that race library, but like anything we know about their particular rituals or rituals that we might have wanted to try to steal from them for their particular power, any sort of information regarding their efforts to manipulate the Camarilla as a whole, their work with the Sabbat, and then just notable incidents regarding Malkavians. Not people, but incidents, like the detail of the so and so Malkavian calamity of 1812 or whatever.
Right. You can find a number of. I mean, there's plenty of material of that sort.
Yeah.
None of it will mention Nisaku. And everything will, of course, date from the founding of the Camarilla and later.
I'm excluding anything prior to 17th century.
Okay. Yeah. Then, as far as that goes, you'll find levels of incidents significant and more perfunctory, both as far as the activities of the Malkavian clan since the founding of the Camarilla itself. They are, by and large, more inclined and less prevalent in Sabbat activity. Malkavians tend toward the Camarilla side of things rather than the other.
Yeah. I'm.
But yeah.
There aren't really
But yeah,
any
but definitely
successful,
no-
we're
no-
all crazy.
Definitely, absolutely no mention of a Nisaku active in the 17th
Okay.
century or afterwards.
Then looking for any sort of numerology that we have that can be sourced towards the Malkavian. Looking for number patterns that might match the number pattern we're looking at now.
Okay. Give me a wits and academics difficulty 8.
Okay. Three successes.
As far as that goes, Malkavian numbers, totally. Malkavian patterns.
That's why I figured looking for patterns would be more specific.
Right. Yeah, and that's really kind of what you get. There are evidences of individual Malkavians in a sort of anecdotal sense that really like a particular number. Generally not for any very easily determined reason, unless the Malkavian was willing to explain it. And generally at that point, whatever passes for a reason for that individual is not what most people would consider a reason, but
I just like the purpleness of the number 7. It's just so purple.
Right, stuff like that.
It's
and
not
there
any
is the
easier to
occasional
understand after the explanation.
Yeah.
Right, synesthesia sort of, aspect to certain particular levels of numbers or even types or categories of numbers, but nothing terribly pattern specific. And then Bernard steps in. I heard you requested me, sir.
Oh, no, I was just curious as to why you weren't at the door. But while you're here, perhaps you can assist me.
Very well. What is the topic of interest this evening?
Malkavians. Primarily, one in particular. You may have come across the name in your extensive archiving of our histories and books. Nisaku.
And he freezes.
And I take note of that reaction.
Have you spoken to your sire regarding this subject, sir?
No, I have not. Is there a reason I should?
Not particularly, but you do tend to consult her, and I simply was curious. Antediluvian research has begun to interest you because...
What?
So...
Sorry.
Roll for poker face.
But Bernard immediately sees the eyebrow start to twitch.
Okay.
Because like left eyebrow just goes. Nyeh. Antediluvian, you say?
He's the... Well, perhaps not the, but he is an... Yes, that is a name for one of the more, not most, but more ancient of the clan.
Is it known that he currently rests?
No. He wanders.
I need to speak with... hang on.
He may have wandered nearby.
I need to speak with His Excellency.
I see. Well, he is present this evening.
Urgently.
Yes, I think you better had. Yeah, and he goes over, and the bell that had been indicated by the individual who led you here initially is attached to, just a very nice pull cord there, and you see suddenly that Bernard just breezes straight past that one to something that is much subtler and less apparent. Yeah.
The red button.
And he actually has to go through a slight process of apparently there's a specific sequence of utilization techniques before this one even activates, and then he pulls on it and waits.
Mm-hmm. I stand there waiting with him.
Right.
And Isla sits in the car waiting for both of them.
Yeah. Right. It's honestly,
Isla
Isla.
a nail file or something.
Oh, right. I mean, yeah, Isla, you've got your phone. Your phone's starting to run out of battery at this point. And then another attendant will arrive and simply give Bernard a nod. Bernard will respond in kind, and then follow me, sir, if you would.
Follow.
And will guide you up to the third floor, and then down a series of corridors before wrapping his knuckles on a closed, very dark-colored wooden door, which Hadrian Fuchs himself will answer. Bernard, what is going on? Oh, Adelmar. Come inside. Let's speak.
I'll walk in.
And he will sit. There's no desk in this room. There's a few books, but this seems to be more of a kind of lounge area.
Yeah.
And Fuchs will sit down at a small table and gesture for you to pull up a chair as well.
I will do so. Sitting very stiff-backed, though.
Okay.
Your Excellency.
And Bernard will begin. My lord, he's come with a request for information on one of the older Malkavians, and I believe that this request is best handled in your presence. Nisiku is the one in particular. And Fuchs, his reaction is, it's not severe, but it's definitely notable.
The other eyebrow
And
piercers.
right. And he gives you, Gabriel, a glance that has a very incisive sort of aspect to it. Not aggressive, not angry, but very, very evaluatory. You get the sense that he's trying to read, but you have no idea what or why or how much he got.
That's not unnerving at all.
You give me everything you know, young Adelmar.
Of course. In the events that we have been investigating, of which I have informed you previously, we have discovered that there is some sort of numerological pattern to the murders happening within our city. Continuing the investigation, we caught a group of the perpetrators in action, attempting to partake of their fifth murder. Stopping them, we acquired a captive from the group, brought him back for interrogation under the eyes of one of the sheriff's men, Jimmy Ulster. Revealed to us that this man was, in fact, one of the sheriff's kin and employees. What was the exact term, Jack? I forget.
Scourge?
Yeah, it was one of the scourges. After interviewing him, he referred to a being of immense power, known to him only as Nisiku, that was seemingly behind these events.
Fuchs will wince.
I don't like the fact that he winced. following that information,
you're
we have been researching.
telling me. What you're telling me is that one of the scourges has been co-opted and explained that he was working, whether willingly or otherwise, under the auspices of... Forgive me, I don't know whether to believe you or not. One of the more ancient Malkavians.
More than one.
Sorry.
More than one what?
Of the Scourge.
How many?
Well, this Scourge in particular was actually 2. He seems to have some sort of mental divergence. But he was working with 2 others dressed similarly and likely of the same stock.
Two others. Total of 3.
As far as we are aware of currently.
So, possibly more.
Also, this our investigation seems to tie all of this into the recent werewolf attack within our domain, though how we're not sure yet.
One of the
Have
murders was in the
you
werewolf
spoken
camp.
with Cunningham regarding this
Not
situation?
Not currently, but previously, yes. Immediately after the werewolf attack on our domain.
I see.
It has also come to our attention that if we have done our backtracking correctly, one of the murders, the first murder, very likely took place within the werewolf's domain in the city.
Very likely or possibly?
It's hard to say which way. Possibly, but if the pattern we were following is correct, very likely, as far as we can confirm, possibly.
And he gives you a glance. Give me a wits and empathy roll. God, 8 on the difficulty, I'll say. Because there's a... Yeah.
How do you read the sire?
No,
Yeah.
this isn't the sire.
No,
This is the
how do you read the
primogen.
primogen?
One success, apparently I do.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah. And, yeah, you're starting to feel that... Because you had previously had interactions with Fuchs, and he seemed somewhat approachable. Not open, but approachable. Now you're getting the idea that he almost may have realized might be the wrong word. He might be suspecting that he underestimated you. But you're not sure if he considers that good or bad. And what he has changed about his opinion of you.
I'm bracing myself to have my blood boiled inside my body.
Well, but you're definitely not getting the idea that he has lowered his opinion of you.
Okay.
You definitely don't think he's judging you culpable in any sense. But you do know that he's definitely judging you.
Yeah. I'm being judged.
I'm judging
I just
you.
don't
It's
know
not
how.
a bad kind of judging,
I
but
just-
I'm totally judging.
I just don't know how I'm being
Yeah.
judged. Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, right. And then he drops his eyes and for about 30 seconds. Bernard, we will need to discuss a few things. I will certainly require consultation with Isabella. Gabriel, if you would be so kind as to tell me if anyone but your usual companions is aware of this information.
In its entirety? Aaron, why are you flinging fingers in the air?
I am spelling something out for anyone on the stream that reads ASL.
Okay. I'm just seeing like one, and I'm just really confused.
No,
I'm
those
getting
aren't
like
numbers, those
every
are letters.
third letter. Reads.
Yeah.
It's a 4-letter word. It is the same 4-letter word on repeat.
Yes.
Oh, that helps.
Anyway,
In its entirety, Jimmy Ulster and a Nosferatu information broker I've been working with on the investigation named Crow.
very well.
I do know that our Malkavian compatriot was going to go meet with her sire to gather more information on the name.
And he'll nod. Very well then. And he takes a moment to think, collect his thoughts. Carry on then. And thank you.
On my head. Stand up as elegantly as I possibly can.
Okay.
Shaking a little bit, but trying not to,
Right.
trying not to show the fact that my life flashed before my eyes, just flashed before my eyes. And bow, Your Excellency. Walk towards the door.
Okay. And yeah, honestly, probably the thing that surprises you the most is that he let you, is that for all the import that, because Gabriel is not a dumb character, and he knows that that for on at least one, if not several levels that you might qualify as above your pay grade, shit has hit the fan.
Yeah.
But yeah, that he's letting you go without more questions. But he does.
Yeah.
How
It's hard to
does
grill someone on their Malkavian companion.
how does Gabriel handle himself after leaving and realizing that he is now outside some room with the Primogen on the other side of a closed door, and that he is alone without a guide.
Oh, did Bernard not leave with me?
Oh yeah, no, but he didn't.
Okay. Take a minute to collect himself.
Okay.
No light blue aura now.
And start walking.
Okay.
Knowing that
So-
eventually the house will turn him around enough that he'll get back to the lobby.
Okay. And it only takes you about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I am buying
Leave.
Naomi's Meta Wear Self goes on Amazon and buys Isla like extended battery pack.
Opens the door. Leaves the chantry. Halfway between the chantry and the car, pull out phone, send an immediate all caps text to the group text. Drop everything. Meet now. Send.
Okay.
Is there I'm assuming this is happening simultaneously, and I'm not
Yeah.
getting this while I'm going to meet Matilda.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, it's going to be a while before you get that text.
Yep. Yep.
Which is why
Sorry, time is weird and
we're
sequential
rolling it
storytelling.
back. Yeah. So that's where we'll sort of snip that. But yes, for all viewers, we are definitely rolling back a couple hours. So that's where we'll make the jump to Naomi.
Okay.
So you are walking towards your meeting location.
Can I just do like an Auspex perception-y thing while I'm walking?
Yes, definitely.
To remain aware of my surroundings, basically.
Oh, okay. So not on anything particular. Okay. You
No,
just
I
wanna,
mean,
you kind of
it's
just want to
kinda
make the
paranoid.
Okay. Sure. That's as good a reason to do it as any.
I mean, you don't know why you
Perception
feel
and
paranoid, but
empathy
you should.
difficulty 8.
You should be paranoid.
No, I do. I know exactly why Naomi feels paranoid. Because her sire just said, "Don't say that name too loud."
No, that's fair. That's fair, actually.
That's and also River of Fire.
Okay. Perception and empathy difficulty 8.
Oh. Sorry, that was the wrong roll. That was alertness.
Oh, no. Perception, empathy difficulty 8.
Is this site-based or no?
Yes.
Cool. 6 successes.
Okay.
Mm. I'm
Um.
good at what I do and nothing else.
Yes. Sorry, I need to actually look because I'm weird and sometimes the successes change. Okay. All right. Okay. So you're walking down the road and you're sorry, I'm trying to figure out if the description that's running through my head is actually what I is as relevant as I feel it is. Okay. You're walking down the road and the breeze is wafting past your face, and that strange feeling of heaviness or concern and paranoia that was covering and felt like it was emanating the local area, and that you felt so much of the last couple days, and that reduced a little bit
Mm-hmm.
has come over you again, not overwhelmingly, but definitely, but certainly more than it had previously. As Naomi approaches the park, and as she's trying to stay aware, the concern and the worry falls over your shoulders again in an almost enveloping way, I guess would be the best way to describe it. And as you come along to this portion of the city below your domain, and as you turn and begin to walk along the canal, there you find yourself glancing more over your shoulder to check and see what's behind you. And you start finding yourself doing this with greater frequency as you walk along.
Okay.
Are you looking for anything in particular, or just trying to stay aware?
I mean, like, there's a part of her that's looking for a fire river, part of her that's looking to see if Alexander sent assassins.
Okay.
Like, it's a splatter of random paranoia. Yes, I realize that's not how he would go about it, but
Okay. But you're looking for it anyway. Right. Okay. Well, honestly, you don't see any of that before you get to your sire. So.
Yeah.
But
I assume with that roll I can also find my sire.
Oh, but yeah. Yep. So Matilda is pacing. Yeah. And as you turn around, yeah, with that many successes, you suddenly realize that she has been doing the exact same thing that you are. And
Can I?
then you realize how honestly kind of odd it is that you noticed that. Because all other things considered, you noticed that she's doing the exact same thing that you are. And then you notice, kind of right on the heels of it, that you don't think that you've ever before, under any circumstances, noticed that she's doing the same thing you are, and that you kind of know, honestly,
Mm-hmm.
that you're right that you've noticed. I mean, honestly, you noticed that you know, oh God,
The play.
you know that she just did and is continuing to do
The
the
play.
same thing.
Okay.
The exact same thing that you.
I like the emphasis you're putting on this.
Yes, no, I get that there's a thing, but the player's having a little bit of a hard time, so
We'll take it.
Naomi's response is probably going to be try her aura vision, see if she can pick anyone out that's around that isn't visible.
Okay.
That was the question of, did Jack intend to do that, or did he realize he was saying notice a lot and decided to lean into it?
Both, I guess. But yeah. Okay. So we're gonna roll with it.
Notice. That's perception and empathy difficulty. What?
8.
For aura sight?
Yeah.
Cool. That makes 4. Wait. That was the wrong box for some reason. Okay. Three successes.
Okay. So, general scan or your sire specifically?
I want a general scan. For some reason, Naomi's thinking I'm looking, she's looking, maybe there's something to see.
Okay. You
Spirits and
Right.
people invisible are
Okay.
kind of the focus.
Yeah. You don't see that. You don't see anybody else around. You don't. Yeah, and you definitely realize that. Hang on. Sorry, I need to read a thing. Okay. But you definitely realize that the sort of situation has as you're looking around, it hasn't changed.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah. Sorry, I'm having.
In that case, Naomi will approach, give a respectful sort of curtsy bow thing.
Okay. And yeah, Matilda, seeing you approach, walks up to you very quickly
Mm-hmm.
and reaches out both hands and taps both of your cheeks very lightly and then rapidly starts checking you over, honestly.
Okay. Let her do that.
Okay.
Absolutely. She's my sire. Let her do basically anything.
Okay. And then, yeah. So, but that, yeah. And that only lasts a couple seconds. And then.
While she's doing that, can I visually check her over, see if she's hurt in any way?
She is not hurt.
Okay.
Yeah, no, she's not injured. Honestly, yeah. Everything, because you are a little agitated.
Mm-hmm.
She's obviously very agitated.
Yeah.
And then she steps away and looks at you in the eye, and I mean, yeah.
Naomi will start signing because she can't speak any. Do I know what that indicates?
No.
Okay.
Looked at me like she
This
just tried to give it
particular
right.
night is unusually fraught.
Yeah.
Which I don't have the vocabulary to say in actual sign.
Yeah. Right. But yeah, and you're suddenly realizing, oh god, yeah. But yeah, and then sorry.
I don't know which of this is Jack and which of this is Matilda.
It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell.
Sorry, we're being mean.
No, I'm being mean because that. Oh god. Yeah, but.
Is that you or Matilda?
It's Matilda, of course.
Okay. Because we didn't know if you were having a stroke or not.
And yeah.
妖魔鬼怪快啲走，妖魔鬼怪快啲。
Yeah. No, it's Matilda.
Naomi's honestly, unless there's something she thinks she can do to connect or infer, she's probably just gonna wait really attentively.
Okay. And after doing that, it's strange, honestly, for you because, yeah, you didn't think I'm a terrible person. No, but yeah, as everything is going on and as all of this stuff kind of devolves, and as your sire is having all of these reactions to your approach that kind of were surprising to you, because Matilda is not her normal crazy self. Give me a wits and empathy 6.
3 successes.
Okay.
4 if it's strategy.
No. But yeah, so Matilda goes through all of this kind of weird body language and all this sort of discorporated and uncertain. And honestly, that's what you're really getting.
Yeah.
That your sire is uncertain. Very uncertain.
So Naomi's world has basically just crashed.
Or
Right.
Naomi.
Because your sire isn't always like this. And then her eyes start darting. And she beckons for you to follow her. And she starts to walk very, very quickly down the side of the cut along the waterway. And then she stops and she sits down on a park bench and she puts she puts a hand up to go sort of drag you down to sit next to her.
Yes, no, doing whatever she wants.
And she looks you in the eye. And she winces twice and then she screams her head off.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I'm really having a lot of fun. But yeah, no, she just shrieks.
Naomi now looks like she has been scolded, whether or not that's accurate.
And then she pats you on the shoulder very calmly. Oh, child, I'm very sorry. I don't like final death, and that is what... Well, that's what's going to happen. And that's where we're going to leave it for today.
All right. Well, on that note, we have been Final Show Films. We produce a wide variety of content every day of the week. You can check us out on our website at finalshowfilms.com. You can also check us out on our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilm. If you like this fantastic story we're going through and you want to see more, throw a couple bucks our way on the Patreon page. We appreciate all of our patrons, especially, did I already do that one? Am I reverbing? What's going on?
No, you're going.
I'm confused.
Keep rolling.
Okay.
Roll with it.
Especially our $25 tier supporters, Chris Comfort and Antitonic, without whom we wouldn't be able to do quite as much stuff as we would otherwise. We are currently at our $100 a month tier on Patreon. The next tier is $500 a month. At $500 a month, this beautiful bastard over here gets paid out of your pocket instead of my pocket to edit our audio for our podcasts. So if you like Jack, if you like what he does, throw some money our way. We appreciate all of you in chat. We also appreciate any bits you guys throw, because we are, as we said earlier, Twitch affiliates. Thank you, Cat Waterflame, once more for donating 1,500 bits. We appreciate that.
Cat.
We appreciate that very, very much. We appreciate all of you guys watching. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe below. We also appreciate 411mania.com. Jack, it's your turn. Tell them a little bit about 411mania.com.
411mania.com. It's a website. They do geek culture, they do entertainment culture, they do opinion columns, they do wrestling news, MMA, movies, a little bit of comics, games, music, anything that nerds and geeks would be interested in. It's all over there at 411mania.com. Check them out. They're awesome.
Including
They also have Final Show Films podcast.
That's what I was just about to do.
Okay.
Including all of our podcasts.
Knew I missed something.
Yeah, so if we're all still alive, we'll see you next time. Really quick, we may not have a show next Saturday. There is a MomoCon is coming to the Atlanta area next Saturday, and as a working voice actor, I am going there to try to get more in the working department. I don't think there's anything immediately right now on the schedule that'll prevent me from being back in time to do this, but if there is, there may not be a show next week. We will let you know. Keep an eye on my Twitter at John A. Bates. I will give updates next weekend so that everybody knows exactly what's going on. Fingers crossed, we should still have a show, but there may not be. We'll find out. But in the meantime, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all next time. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Good.
We're all
Bye.
gonna die.
Shut up, Lysander.